Yes, yo. What's up, chat? What's going on? Yes, I'm back. I know. Before you start complaining that I've been away for like 4 days, it was intentional. I didn't feel like streaming. It's not like I didn't feel like streaming. I had some problems that I just feel like streaming continuously without solving these problems will not really help me to stream more. So I'm trying to solve these problems. And what is this problem? The problem with YouTube. We're going to talk about this on the stream. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the live stream of King Bulia. I'm very happy to have you here. Thank you so much for always supporting me like always. I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that you guys always turn up, interact with my videos, my shorts, come to my live, drop a chat, say hello, leave. I'm just very grateful to have you here all the time that you have the opportunity to come say hello. So like I'm just excited to be back here, having you here, saying all sorts of things, discussing about what's happening in the world, like talking about your days, talking about my day and the coldness in Russia. I'm just very glad to be doing all of this with you guys. Like, also, if you don't know, if you're new in the channel, I am King by name. It's not a nickname, it's my real name. I live in Russia. So like I post videos about Russia and I make reaction videos as well. I'm a football player in general. So like these are all my interests. So like if you are interested in any of these interests, you're welcome. You're in the right place. Pick your popcorn, get your drink, and find a video that is for you on the channel. Around these things that I just mentioned, there's definitely a video for you. So like, go get your popcorn, get a very big popcorn, get a cola or get a Fanta like I'm drinking. By the way, this is the new Fanta in Russia after the sanctions. Dobre, as a free ad for them, Dobre Cola, which means Dobre Fanta, which means kind. But I think this is not Fanta, this is Apple Slim. You can also see it there. It means Alpecin, so which means no, not apple. Sorry, orange. Russians are gonna insult me for saying orange, apple instead of orange. Don't worry, I'm not gonna finish all of it. I drink a lot of cola, which is very bad for the health. Well, I try my best to also work out a lot, which is also very hard for the health. Oh my goodness, with the way I'm rhyming things these days, I should probably get into the studio and just drop some hit songs, But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, what's been going on, guys? I've been watching a lot of Epstein files lately, and trust me, I don't even know how to react, to be honest with you. Like, it's been crazy. The things I've been seeing, the things that happen, the kind of clips that have popped up online. Oh my God. The fact that all of these things are on our faces is what even makes it crazier. That we didn't notice, It's been like that for ages. It's just crazy that some people are just rich, but being rich is not enough for them. But doing very scary things to people that are not as rich as them, to less privileged people, is ridiculous. Trust me. The fact that these rich people just had to the fact that these rich people just had to decide and say we're gonna have a pleasure island to do things to people that I can't mention on stream is very scary and very worrying. And we shouldn't let these things slide. The fact that the president of the United States of America is even in these files makes it crazier. And you know what's crazier than the crazy that I just mentioned? The fact that he's still in office. No disrespect, I supported him in the last election for him to win the elections, but like, if I knew that he was involved in this kind of things, trust me, I'll probably never support him. Literally. You don't have a president that has his hands dirty with this kind of things, with this kind of past, And it doesn't look like he was caught. It looks like he was found out. There's a difference between being caught and being found out. Like almost like if we didn't find out, he would have still continued with his guy Epstein. It's crazy. And now it's just crazy that anybody that answers Jeffrey Epstein, anybody that answers Jeffrey in general gets a very weird look from the public. And then the crazy part is and then it's even crazier when you answer Jeffrey Epstein together. I'm pretty sure anybody that answers Jeffrey Epstein's together as a first name and as a last name is going through a very huge scrutiny that they would have to explain, or they would live the rest of their lives explaining to the public that they are not related, or they're the good version of the Epstein himself. It's crazy the things that has been said. It's crazy the things that have been seen. Kids involved, adults involved, not just regular adults alone at this point. Very famous people involved. You keep seeing these clips and you're wondering, like, what is there more? You know how crazy it is to have about 3 million files? It's crazy. Is there more things to be seen? Is there more things that will be shown? Are there things we still don't know? Like, it was happening right before our eyes, but the people that knew about it couldn't speak up because it felt like if they spoke up because of these powerful people that were involved in this mess, their lives would be in danger, so they had to just keep quiet. Like, it's so crazy that we had to find out after a very huge damage has been done and still being done, because these people that these things happened to as kids have grown up to see this news, and the ones that didn't make it out, their families have suffered looking for them, and some of them don't even know where their kids were. Some of them don't know that their kids were probably in this so-called quote-unquote pleasure island, God forbid. It's just very sad, that people can be so inhumane that you hurt kids, literally. Like, what did they do to you? Hurting anybody is not acceptable. Like, if you must lose control at making a decision of not being able to hurt someone, how about you focus on somebody that is like you, at the same age level, or the same age bracket, or an adult, to say the least, But these innocent children suffered the things that they had no idea was happening in the world. And it's so unfortunate that we as a world, we as a community, we as a people facilitated some of these things. Because if we made it comfortable for somebody to speak up immediately when they see very suspicious actions, and we as the majority try everything possible to ensure that the people that act as whistleblowers are safe in the society, when they confess or when they call out somebody who is doing something dangerous to our next generation, this generation, or doing something harmful to the lives of and properties of the people, then if we're able to protect these people, then things would have been much more different. But we are more focused on other things instead of listening, instead of noticing, instead of observing, And I wonder how long this is going to continue in the society, because as far as I'm concerned, there's still a lot of things going on in the world that we don't know about. And I saw a news yesterday on Instagram, and somebody was like, yo, this is a distraction. Come on, we have not even recovered from what's going on. Somebody's already saying it's a distraction from something much bigger that is happening somewhere else. Damn. How many more distractions do we need to get? Like, at this point, you just have to be very, very careful every single day that you go out. You never know what's happening. Beneath the eyes, you could literally be looking at somebody, you don't know what's in their mind, you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. Everyone is dangerous. Not everybody can be trusted, It's just so sad. Let me show you some of the videos that I saw lately. Some Instagram videos that I saw that has been making me go crazy. Like, I've seen a couple, but like I saw a few not long ago. And I'm just like, damn. This one. Right. This video. Okay, this one's crazy. This is a different one. No, this is a different one. Let me show you guys. It's a different one. Like, before I play this video, this was right before our eyes and we didn't notice it. The fact that Justin Bieber was saying this right before our eyes, we were too, it's not the first time we are too distracted by trends that we focus on just the dancing of the songs instead of the lyrics as well. It's like we're supposed to focus on pay attention on the two, the rhythm and the lyrics. Or we forgot the lyrics or forget the lyrics and just dance to the songs, even if somebody's trying to tell a story. And I think that's the difference between this generation and the last generation. These recent generations, not just one generation. My generation and the generations in front of us, is like songs are not really about the lyrics anymore. Except it's like a rapper, like Drake and Cole still rap, and the lyrics make sense and give you meaning. But like, it's mostly about just dancing now, vaping, just blabbing, this, that sense of belonging into something crazy, but not really a sense of understanding and feeling some kind of pleasure, hearing some kind of words from the music lyric. But now it's just different, Everything that has been shown recently has been there. We just did not notice it because we didn't really pay attention. Not just to the lyrics, to the visual arts that has been shown to us. We really didn't pay attention to these things, and we're paying for it now. A lot of people have paid for it. We're just paying for it now because like everybody's disorganized. Nobody really knows what's going on, like just look at the video.
So if my last breakdown wasn't convincing enough, check out this Justin Bieber music video, Where Are You Now? I'm going to slow it down to show you frame for frame. Now, it's created by a lot of Justin Bieber's fans, a lot of artwork from fans, but I'd argue that some of them were created by Justin Bieber to strategically slip them in there to send a message. So this one is really disturbing. It's Justin Bieber with pizza wings, a pizza above his head, far upper right corner. You see a face smelling him, and his eyes are appearing kind of like bloodshot and crying with some devil horns. And if you don't know, in the Epstein files.
But wait. One thing I want to ask is that Justin Bieber was very young when he released some of these songs. Like how was he able to find out some of these things actually? If truly he was trying to tell us, what we couldn't see. If he was trying to show us things that were right in our eyes that we couldn't see or couldn't notice. How did he find out? I think it's a very important thing to notice and question, right? How did he find out these things? Was there somebody giving him information, or he had to go through it, or is he a victim of this thing? I pray he's not a victim, but if he's a victim, it's totally a whole different topic, and it's a very sad and unfortunate situation actually. But so far so good. Having him speak up has been a very bold step that he's been taking for years that we didn't notice. And a lot of people still look at him like some crazy, addicted young man that got fame at a very young age and didn't know how to use it. And trust me, I'm not famous, but I know I can relate that I can't relate. I can assume that it's not easy to be famous. It's not easy to be famous and young. It's not easy to just be famous, young, and have money. These are all three different perspectives to all of these things. And he had all of this. He was young, he had money, he was famous, and he's liked, he was loved. He was not just famous, he's a superstar all over the world. He still is. I don't want to keep saying was. The fact that he found out these things is crazy. I don't know how he found out. Well, it's clearly showing us that he was trying to tell us something, you know, like it's very obvious now. You pause it, you see that this is a wink, you know. And you guys know with the Illuminati things and all of that, all the conspiracy theories that I've been watching, all of these things all have meanings.
Pizza is used to reference children. Kill the poor, love the devil back, $5 to look at it. This one says false god. Here's another devil one with his mouth silenced. This one says put drugs in your butt, and it has like a little sinister face on the side, and he has a necklace with ice cream on it, with a little tag. Ice cream literally means male. Yeah. Here's one that looks like he's giving some. Here's him with his head blown. If you're reading this, then it's already too late. Here's another one with the Illuminati symbol that says we made it. Hollywood with cavities and death. This one is with the devil saying the greatest trick I've ever did. Bush did 9/11. Here's one, two-way street, safety or fame, with a bunch of dead people.
9/11, like, bro, like, what is going on? Like, literally everything feels like every bad news, every historic event that took a lot of lives is in these files. Like, literally, 9/11 made it into the files. 9/11 made it into the Justin Bieber story, trying to point out something or trying to show us something. What else is there that did not make it into the Epstein files? What is there that is being shown to us that we don't notice, you know? And this is just one fact of it, one part of it. And it's almost like now it all makes sense why they tried to label Kanye West as a very crazy person. Because now it makes sense that he is the smart one, actually. The people that we look at as the crazy ones, because of the way the media has painted them, are actually the smartest ones, because we were not able to understand them, and they did not care about us understanding them, you know. And they have shown us that they are very good with being misunderstood. And this is exactly what's happened with Kanye West. This is exactly what's happened with Justin Bieber. Literally, I watched this video when it came out. Everybody was obsessed with Justin Bieber. Everything he released, every song, every video was watched. And now it all makes sense that we're the dumb ones, actually, and they are the smart ones instead of the other way around.
His eyes bleeding, his face being completely silenced. Illuminati once again. Jesus saves. Help, Ronald McDonald is killing our kids. Upside down crosses, more Illuminati. Stop worshiping me.
I'm not gonna lie. It still feels like a dream, because this is not something that happened 50, 30 years ago, and then we are hearing about it like it happened in recent times. A lot of us have been alive all that long to know that some of these events happened right before our eyes. We just didn't notice. Honestly. What else is out there that we've not noticed, you know? And in all of this, the fact that the media has tried to paint Russia and a few other countries as the worst tells you everything that you need to know, because it all makes sense now that Russia is actually good one in this story, because in all of this, they've tried everything possible to make Russia look very bad, make the president of Russia look very bad. You know, you will not hear a story like this, or you've never heard a story like this about the president of Russia being involved in something like this, with all the things we've seen, these rich, powerful people, all that like rich, powerful people involved in. It's very scary when you see things like this. I'm actually proud of the president of Russia not to be involved in this kind of mess that has overwhelmed everybody now. Every single day you see a new one coming up. Every single day you talk about something, and then you're like, what's up, man? How long? How many more do we need to see? Like, it still feels like we're still sleeping, and they're still dumping more sleeping pills on us, you know? They're like, yo, sleep. The fact that some of these people are still in public offices it tells you everything that you need to know, you know? And the fact that they continue to override and ignore the evidences that has been put in their faces just shows you and tells you exactly how they see us. The fact that they believe they can just convince us to believe anything they want us to believe tells you everything that you need to know. And it also tells you a lot of the things that you need to know about us, the viewers, and us, the public, because it's very easy to convince us. It's very easy to woo us to just believe anything. You know, if they know that we'll analyze things, if they know that we'll pay attention and ask questions before we agree, or not just understand, before we believe something, we'll make our research by ourselves, to ask questions and know the 411. But because they see us as dumb as public, that just give them what they want to hear and give them something in their pockets, you know, and it's not just monetary now. Like, give them a news in their mind that makes them feel good about where they are, or makes them feel safe and other people feel bad. Then that's it. They just buy it, you know. It's very unfortunate that this is the reality that we live in. And I wonder how long this is going to continue. I wonder what else is going on out there in the world that we don't talk about, that we don't see on the internet, you know, like, or that is on the internet but we do not know what it means actually. It's just sad. Oh. I didn't know my chat has been off all this while. No wonder nobody has said hello to me. I'm sorry if you've been watching me and you wanted to say something. I'm sorry, my chat has been off. I just realized that it's been off. I didn't turn it on. So, like, this tells you everything you need to know about the state of the public. Literally. Yes. I'm I'm streaming from my phone. I'm not using any camera. I'm streaming from my phone. If I wasn't streaming from my phone, I think I would have had the chat on my phone, actually. iPhone 14 Pro Max. Hi, Melvin. How you doing? Crony. I'm just doing free ad for people tonight. I've done free ad for Dobre Cola and I'm doing another ad for Crony. All free. The fitness snack, actually. There's like so many things that we've heard about the world that is totally wrong and we don't even know about it, you know. I'm good, Melvin. What's going on? How was your day? Come and join me and have some Crony. So good. How was your day? What did you do today? Where are you? So good, actually. Yeah. I want to show you guys this video. You know, I never knew that the map of the world, map of the world is actually very wrong. Like, what's happening in this world? Who tampers with a map? I saw this video. I'm like, are you for real? Like, literally, what else is correct in this world? Every time you're checking something that you're trying to tell you that this is not correct, this is more, like, literally everything looks fake at this point. Like, literally everything looks fake at this point. Look at this video of this woman trying to tell us about the map.
Take this piece off here and put it over here. And now you see the United States is no longer in the middle of the map.
Right.
Now I did this with a major record company in New York City, I think in 1970. And an older man stood up in the back of the room and said, "Now Elliot, you've gone too far." I said, "What's your problem?" "You can't do that with the map." I said, "Well, actually you can." He said, "No, the United States isn't in the middle of the map anymore." I said, "The United States never was in the middle of the map. You need to realize this depends on how you draw your map." And then I pointed this little fact out to him. South America is actually 9 times larger than Greenland.
Even though it doesn't really look like it.
No, it is. South America is actually 9 times larger than Greenland.
It's crazy.
Now, according to your social studies teachers, what is the equator? Halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole on this map would be right about here.
Right.
And that means that Iowa has a semi-tropical climate. Well, you've been in Minnesota in the
I've
wintertime.
been in Iowa too. It's definitely
You know that it doesn't have a tropical climate. So you have to then introduce a real version of the map of the world. That's what this is doing.
That's very good.
The Peters projection map. The sizes on this map are right.
So you're trying to tell me that we've been lied to all these years about the map? Like, come on now. Is there one famous thing that is actually not branded? Is there something that we've left to nature to just decide and just show us and say this is how it is? Can this Dobre Cola be Dobre Cola? Why does it have to be that this Dobre Cola is orange juice disguised as Fanta? Like, that's my problem. Like, the little things that we thought were very casually and commonly what they were it's turning out to be something else these days. Like, yo, what's up? Like,
The shapes are distorted.
Wow.
Look at Greenland on this map. Right there. See it?
Yeah, it's really tiny.
See how small that is?
Right.
Look at it on the Mercator projection.
So why do they do that? I don't understand.
Why? Because the Pope commissioned Mercator to make a map that shows the spread of Christianity. So all the countries in which there are predominantly white people are larger than those in the southern part of the world, halfway between the North Pole and South Pole. Now, if you have children going to school and they're seeing this map,
I would like to see the part 2 of this video. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it now, but I would definitely want to see, because what else do we have to see in this world that is not deceiving, you know? Literally almost everything that we're looking at is not what it is, or what it is meant to be. I'm eating this crony protein bar. Somebody can just come out tomorrow and tell me it's not really chronic protein bar, it's just yellow. It's vegetable bar. You know, at this point, we just have to really just have to, you know, I don't know, survive on what we hear and what we see. Because if we depend on what we see and what we hear from the news, we're in soup. You know, after seeing what's been going on, I also saw another video about Michael Jackson. May so rest in peace, the king of pop, the one and only MJ. I saw a video about him being worried for his life right before he was unalived. A very disturbing video, actually, you know, from a voice tone that was recorded from his voice, talking to someone, telling them how endangered he felt and how he felt that somebody was after his life. You know, he could feel it, and it's so sad that if they could do something to someone as huge as MJ, now it makes sense, right? If somebody like Justin Bieber knew something and kept quiet, it makes proper sense that it was right for him to keep quiet, you know. And you'll be very surprised that these are one of the things that caused him mental health issues, just because he knew a lot of things that he wanted to say but couldn't say it because he had to protect himself, his life, and his family. And he had to do things that he's not proud of, to stay in places that he's not proud of, to get the things that he wants, literally. You know, it all comes back to, what do you want? It comes back to what we want as a people, what we want as a person. So it all makes totally proper sense that JB had to close his mouth and try to show us in ways that we could understand. Only a few could understand, and majority could not understand. Therefore, we just danced and never really pay attention to understand or listen to the lyrics and know what they truly mean. but they don't entice us that much for us to pay that close enough attention, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry, trying to advertise more for Coca-Cola in Russia. By the way, let me just play with the video. Shit, let me play with the video with you guys. The video of MJ. If you're a very huge fan of MJ, you know that this is a very disturbing video. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. Let's just watch the video. Like I told you guys, MJ called somebody. I don't know in detail who he called. I probably have to do an extra research to find out who he was talking to complain and say that he feels or he thinks that some people are after his life, you know, and this could probably be because of the things he acquired, how rich he got, or the things that he found out, and that's why they had to frame him like he is a BD. And it's unfortunate that he's not here to defend himself, but like most of us now know, so like we just have to pretend that we don't know, because even talking that can get you in real trouble.
What's wrong, Michael? I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people. They want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore. I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me. I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me, they could stab me, they could frame me and say I overdosed on drugs. They can do a lot of things. Who could do these things?
Is it just me, or does it feel like this guy he was complaining to was not proactive enough? If you hear the biggest pop star in the world saying something like, why don't you just go public immediately? Why don't you just make or take extra measures to like get to him as soon as possible? Because for him to be in that distress, to complain to you, means he trusts you and finds you to be very reliable. While you're recording, call the authorities, call anybody possible to get to him, you know? Whereas where you can't trust anybody, but at the same time making an effort, even if you don't make it directly, send an anonymous tip to go to MJ's place and make sure he's safe. He's a very popular figure, so everybody would be excited to go to his place to at least protect him. You can drop an anonymous tip and say, MJ reached out to you, he's feeling unsafe, he's insecure where he is, he doesn't think he's going to be fine in the next couple of hours or days or time. He needs protection. They would willingly do this, but he just kept asking random questions that I feel like shouldn't be asked before acting. You should act and then continue the questions, you know, continue the answers or the questions. But he just kept on talking, you know. He wasn't really like somebody who was really interested. I mean, I don't want to say what's on my mind, but it didn't really look like it was new to him, actually, or he had to do anything.
Michael.
You know, you can clearly see that from MJ's voice is totally the opposite of who they have painted him to be. The fact that they have made him look like a PD is outrageously ridiculous. Because I don't think somebody who talks like this, who is afraid of his life and looking out for his children, even at the point of him not knowing anything that's going to happen to him or the people that are coming for him, he was more worried about other people, you know, like, while he was also worried about himself, obviously, but he was more worried about other people, and they had to paint him as a person that, didn't just worry about people because he cared about people, but worried about people because of what he could gain or what he would do to these people, especially younger ones. Unfortunately, we couldn't find it out on time, like always. We couldn't intervene, you know. There are so many things that has happened, so many instances of similar things has happened that we have turned a blind eye. I don't even know why, literally, you know. I would say we have turned a blind eye for so reason, but I don't know any reason to give at this point. I just feel like we're not doing enough to protect the people that give us tips or whistleblowers, or do we understand that we are the majority of the people in this world, actually. Imagine having a few people bigger than the government, controlling the government, doing whatever they want, sacrificing things and people and things like that, you know, and walking scot-free. The fact that we have a lot of people who still think that Epstein is alive just shows you how ridiculous this world is. It just shows you how unaware we are in this world, you know. After committing such a huge crime, you would, of course, the worst scenario is him being unalived, but the fact that some people are saying he is alive in Israel tells you everything that you need to know, literally. The fact that there's a rumor, I've heard it from a couple of different people, not just from one person. Of course, we've seen some AI pictures, which I doubt that those are his pictures. But like for the fact that there's a rumor even makes it much crazier. You know? Like, how? In everything we're doing, we just gotta be more careful. You know, we gotta be more careful. You don't know who's watching, you don't know who's envious of you. You don't know who is controlling the things that you use to have a normal standard of living. You know? We should pay more attention to our environment, you know, to protect ourselves, to protect our kids, our family members, friends, and everyone around us, you know, and involved in our day-to-day lives. We just have to do more than we are doing now, really. Because I feel like if we're not doing enough, we're just living, you know, ignoring the evidences, making them bring more evidences for us to even start questioning and saying this is not right, this is not right. You know, we have to like consistently just look, and then they bring the second file or something like that, and then I got, wow, what happened? What did he do? Why did he do this? How did this happen? It's just what it is, you know. If you don't pay attention, you'll never notice these things. So, you know, your boy is also very tired today. I'm gonna go to sleep very soon. But like, I just want to talk about these things, and they interest me. I've been seeing them everywhere. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're on the internet, there's no way you wouldn't have heard about the Epstein files. There's no way you wouldn't have heard about some accidents, you know, that has been caused based on, I mean, I don't mean physical accident, like sometimes intellectual accidents that has been caused based on the people involved, you know. People that were looked up to as mentors are now being caricatured because they were involved in some of the biggest and the wrongest things in the world just because of the harder sex to wealth. you know. So like, if you continue to close your eyes, you will never notice these things actually until you start asking questions and you say, wow, did that really happen? If somebody tells you something happened, you have to like be hesitant in believing and just say, did that really happen? You know, instead of just automatically believing like you're some robot that has been automated to just say yes when you're supposed to say yes and say no when you're supposed to say no. It's just the kind of world we live in now. And we just have to pray and be very careful, honestly, and hope that God and pray that God will guide us and protect us, because there are so many crazy things that's been going on lately that if we are not careful, I don't even want to say what's in my mind, but if we're not careful, it's going to get worse. That's one thing for sure. If we're not careful, things are really going to get very, very dirty. Literally. We need to do more. We need to do more for the society at large. We need to do more for our people, for our families, for ourselves. You know, in bringing justice to this kind of people, bring this kind of news and this kind of ill and evil things to the society and to our children and adults. We need to do more in protecting ourselves, you know, and we need to do more in asking questions. I feel like we don't ask a lot of questions, and that's a very big problem. A lot of people just go with the flow, and the fact that these people that do a lot of these things that we complain about, when they understand that we just go with the flow, we are distracted easily, we are told to turn the blind eye, even without them telling us to turn the blind eye, just by giving us something that quenches the pleasures that we have now. You know, and how do they do these things? Imagine MJ saying these people are bigger than the government. So they will use public figures, you know, that we cannot ignore, and use these public figures to woo us into believing things that we're not supposed to be believing in, into being distracted from the things that we're not supposed to be distracted in, so that they can carry out the ill, ridiculous plans and purposes that they have on the society. You know, and if we do not make a U-turn in trying to do better than we've been doing, if we don't make a U-turn in saying, every man for himself, we are going to keep suffering, and history is going to keep repeating itself. Unless it's like they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, history is going to keep repeating itself. This thing that is happening now is going to happen again in a different area, different vicinity, different situation, by a different person or different people, as long as we fold our hands. But we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to fold our hands. We should have to question. We should have to make deliberate decisions and deliberate actions to ensure that we have a peaceful and safe society to live in. May God guide us and protect us, literally. Everything that has been said, done, happened right under our nose, and we couldn't notice it. You would hear the Diddy case, you had the Epstein case, and you just think that's all, but that's not all. As a matter of fact, if you go to YouTube today, you hear so many crazy stories by crazy people doing crazy things. You know, crazy stories by crazy people doing crazy things that are extremely dangerous, evil, and not welcoming in the society, or not welcoming in the society. Go to YouTube and you watch this kind of, there are so many things that are being covered online that we don't probably think it will be on the normal news if we just look at them there. That's why social media has been very helpful in recent times to like ensure that news is passed across to the list of persons in the list of remote areas anywhere in the world. because they need to get information. Everybody needs to be informed about what's going on and how these things can be resolved. Everybody needs to be involved to protect the society, the kids, like everybody, literally, to protect each other. And the earlier we start this, the better for us. I'm really feeling sleepy. I mean, that's about it. That's just what I wanted to talk about and a few other things. And I'm gonna go to bed. I thank you so much for watching the stream. If you're gonna watch this video later, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And go and watch my videos that I posted on the channel. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for always watching and supporting me. God bless you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you.